Key Review 11, Audience-Centered Public Speaking. Consider the audience at every step. So what are the steps of the audience-centered public speaking process? We have select and narrow the topic, identify your purpose, develop a central idea, generate main ideas, gathering supporting materials, organizing your speech, rehearsing, and then delivery. When we're selecting and narrowing the topic, it's important to choose something appropriate for the audience, occasion, and time. When we identify your purpose, remember that your general purpose is to inform, persuade, or entertain. Refine it into a specific purpose. Developing the central idea involves one clear declarative sentence that previews the speech's focus. For example, drought-resistant crops can stabilize Texas farm incomes. When we generate main ideas, we want them to be logical, distinct points that support the central idea. As we gather supporting material, we're looking for evidence and examples for each main idea. When you're organizing your speech, you're going to choose patterns like chronological, topical, or spatial, and you're going to write your introduction, body, and conclusion. As you rehearse, you'll practice aloud with timing and speaking notes, refining transitions and delivery. When you deliver, you might present extemporaneously from notes, adapting to real-time audience feedback. To review, we selected and narrowed a topic, we identified our purpose, we developed a central idea, we generated main ideas, we gathered supporting material, we organized the speech, rehearsed, and then delivered. And at each step, we considered the audience. What are some ways to manage speaking anxiety? Know how to develop the presentation. Be prepared. Focus on your audience. Focus on your message. Give yourself a mental pep talk. Use deep breathing techniques. Seek opportunities to speak and seek professional help. Knowing how to develop a presentation is about how understanding the process that lowers uncertainty. Following those 8 steps using a proven outline. Preparation builds confidence. Finish an outline early. Rehearse several short sessions over days or even better, weeks. By focusing on your audience, it shifts attention off yourself. You can write what is in it for them at the top of your notes. Focus on your message. When you focus on your message, it concentrates your mind on what you are saying, not how you feel. Keep a one-sentence central idea visible on your cards. Give yourself a mental pep talk. Reframe nerves as energy. I'm excited to share this. My audience will learn something useful. Use deep breathing techniques. This can calm the heart rate and steady your voice. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, and exhale for 6 before you start speaking. Seek opportunities to speak. Practice reduces anxiety. It's habituation. Volunteer for brief updates in class or during meetings. It's great to seek professional help. When anxiety is persistent or overwhelming, we can use the communication lab, use counselors, or even coaches. So to review, some of the best ways to manage speaking anxiety is to know how to develop presentation, be prepared, focus on your audience, focus on your message, give yourself a pep talk, use deep breathing techniques, seek opportunities to practice speaking, and seek professional help. What's the difference between a general purpose and a specific purpose? General purpose is your broad goal for the speech. It could be to inform, to persuade, or to entertain. A specific purpose is an audience-centered single sentence stating exactly what your listeners should know, think, or do. For example, to inform my classmates about 3 ways drought affects Texas farms. What's the difference between a specific purpose and a central idea? A specific purpose is your broad outcome for this audience. You keep this goal internal. It's not spoken aloud in your speech. For example, to persuade my audience to donate blood this semester. The central idea or thesis is what you will actually say. It's the core of your message in one clear, declarative sentence. You do state this idea in your speech. For example, regular student blood drives save local lives and are easy to join. The specific purpose focuses on your goal for the audience, while the central idea is the main message you actually communicate during your speech. What are different types of supporting materials? Illustrations, descriptions and explanations, definitions, analogies, statistics, and opinions or testimony are all types of supporting material. Illustrations are brief, extended, or hypothetical stories that bring concepts to life. For example, a 30-second story about a farmer's season lost to drought. Descriptions and explanations clearly define what something is or how it operates. For example, describing how soil moisture sensors operate. Definitions clarify unfamiliar or contested terms to ensure audience understanding. For example, defining water use efficiency. Analogies or comparisons, whether literal or figurative, to help explain complex ideas. A farm's water budget is like a checking account. Statistics are numbers used to show the scale, magnitude, or trend of a concept. Statewide losses totaled X billion this year. Opinions or testimony are quotes or insights from experts or laypersons. For example, you might quote an ag extension expert or a farmer's first-hand account. So we have illustrations, descriptions and explanations, definitions, analogies, statistics, and opinions or testimony as types of supporting material.